Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We've got 16 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells, and yeah, we'll hop in here. Busy slate today as we open up the weekend, starting with the Detroit Tigers versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at -160. Detroit plus 135 with the over-under at 8.5. Detroit coming into this matchup 26-29. The White Sox 24-35. Pitching for Detroit is Michael Lorenzen with an ERA of 3.50. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 4.88. Lorenzen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Cease, his last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Chicago beating Detroit yesterday, shutting them out 3-0. Great. Detroit is 6-2 against the White Sox. They've been good head-to-head. Lorenzen's been good on the mound for Detroit. 2 of his last 3 games, he has not allowed a run, and his last start was against the White Sox, and he did not allow a run. So I think I'm going to take a shot with Detroit plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we get the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Washington Nationals. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -115. Washington plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 25-32. The Nationals 25-32. Pitching for the Phillies is Matt Strahm with an ERA of 3.20. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 3.57. Strahm, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Gore, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 11 strikeouts. And yeah, Phillies losing yesterday to Washington. A tough loss for the Phillies. They're on a 5-game losing streak right now. They really aren't playing well. Pretty even pitching matchup, I'd say here. Philly 2-10 on the road, playing horrible on the road. Really just don't trust the Phillies right now, and I'm going to take a shot with the Nationals plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at -140. Pittsburgh plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 25-33. The Pirates 29-27. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 4.48. Pitching for the Pirates is Luis Ortiz with an ERA of 4.35. Montgomery, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Ortiz, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. St. Louis losing to the Pirates yesterday, 7-5. Pirates on a little 3-game winning streak right now. And I'd say a pretty even pitching matchup between the two here. And Pirates still getting underdog value at home. And I'm going to take a shot with the Pirates plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals opening up as home favorites at -145. The Rockies plus 120 with the over-under at 9.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 25-34. The Royals 17-40. Pitching for the Rockies is Austin Gomber with an ERA of 7.0. Pitching for the Royals is Daniel Lynch with an ERA of 3.38. Gomber, his last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Lynch, his last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. And our Rockies, nice win yesterday against the Royals, winning 7-2. Played great in that game. You know, Gomber hasn't been the best on the mound. He's given up a lot of runs here. But I still think the Rockies are good. If he can just have a decent game, I think Rockies can still win on the road. And I'm going to take a shot with the Rockies plus 1.5 in this one. Next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Houston Astros. Astros opening up as home favorites at minus 170. The Angels plus 150 with the over-under at 8.5. Angels coming into this matchup 30-29. The Astros 34-23. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 3.42. Pitching for the Astros is Christian Javier with an ERA of 2.97. Sandoval, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Javier, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. He's given up 1 run in all 3 of his last 3 starts. So, yeah, been very good on the mound for the Astros. Houston back-to-back wins against the against the Angels. They've looked good in this series. LA just 1-7 on the road against the Astros here, and I like the way the Astros are playing right now, and I'm going to take the Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Cincinnati Reds. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 110. The Reds plus 100 with the over-under at 10.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 30-27. The Reds 26-31. Pitching for the Brewers is Colin Rea with an ERA of 4.89. Pitching for the Reds is Graham Ashcraft with an ERA of 5.55. Rea, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Ashcraft, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Brewers beating the Reds yesterday 5-4. Finally sneaking out a win there. Tough game yesterday. They've been good against the Reds here, and Rea hasn't really been the best on the mound. Ashcraft, he's been bad on the mound. He's given up 17 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound for the Reds. I'm not sure I really love that here, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Brewers on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Oakland Athletics versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Oakland plus 170 with the over-under at 8. Oakland coming into this matchup 12-47. The Marlins 30-28. Pitching for Oakland is Luis Medina with an ERA of 6.83. Pitching for the Marlins is Yuri Perez with an ERA of 2.84. Medina, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Perez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Oakland losing to Miami yesterday 4-0. A nice win for Miami. Oakland 0-12 on the road right now. They are horrible on the road. Elect Perez on the mound, and rolling with the Marlins at home. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the New York Mets. Toronto opening up as road favorites at minus 115. The Mets plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 31-27. The Mets 30-28. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for the Mets is Tyler Megill with an ERA of 4.67. Barrios, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Megill, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Toronto beating the Mets yesterday 3-0. It's a nice underdog win yesterday for them. They are just 3-11 on the road against the Mets here. So they've had struggles on the road. And Megill hasn't been the best on the mound. He's given up 10 runs in his last 3 starts. Barrios coming off a 0-run game. Not sure I love what I saw from the Mets yesterday, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Blue Jays on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at minus 130. Cleveland plus 115 with the over-under at 7.5. Cleveland coming into this matchup 25-32. Miami Minnesota 31-27. Pitching for the Guardians is Logan Allen with an ERA of 2.72. Pitching for the Twins is Sonny Gray with an ERA of 1.94. Allen, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Gray, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Cleveland, coming off back-to-back losses against Minnesota, getting shut out yesterday, 1-0. Minnesota playing well. And I love Gray on the mound. He's 4-0. He's been very good on the mound for Minnesota here. Allen's been good on the mound too for the Guardians, but I think I'm going to take the Twins at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -125. The Dodgers +105 with the over-under at 9. Yankees coming into this matchup 34-25. The Dodgers 35-23. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole with an ERA of 2.93. Pitching for the Dodgers is Michael Grove with an ERA of 8.44. Cole, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Grove, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Cole coming off back-to-back 5-run games here. Dodgers, nice win yesterday against the Yankees, winning 8-4. And Cole coming off 2 horrible starts on the mound. And Grove hasn't looked bad in his last 2 games on the mound. And I'm going to take the Dodgers +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -130. Baltimore +115 with the over-under at 8. Baltimore coming into this matchup 36-21. The Giants 28-29. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 3.89. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 3.05. Bradish, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Cobb, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Baltimore beating the Giants yesterday 3-2. Nice underdog win for them. Giants on a 3-game losing streak right now. Baltimore is 4-1 on the road against the Giants right now. Bradish has been good on the mound. Cobb coming off a 7-run game here. And I still think Baltimore is a good underdog today. And I'm going to take Baltimore +1.5 on the road. All right, next matchup, we got a doubleheader between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. Game 1, Boston opening up as home favorite at -110. The Rays +100 with the over-under at 9. Rays coming into this matchup 40-18. The Red Sox 29-27. Pitching for the Rays is Trevor Kelly with an ERA of 4.91. Pitching for the Red Sox is Garrett Whitlock with an ERA of 5.14. Kelly, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Whitlock, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Rays coming off a Cubs win. The Red Sox coming off a Cincinnati win. And with the doubleheader here, I don't know, pretty even pitching matchup. Kelly's been good in his 2 starts this season and limited run on the mound. But I also think I'm going to take a shot with the Rays +1.5 in game 1. And then game 2, we got the Rays and Red Sox. And not too much info on this. There is no line for this game as I'm recording. The only info I have is that pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 6.23. He only pitched once this season, pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Boston, the pitching is undecided, so we will see what happens here. We'll see what the line ends up being. I think game 1 is definitely the game to probably bet on. So I'm not really sure. I'm just not going to make a pick on this because there's no line. I don't know who's pitching for Boston, so I'm not going to give out any info here. So I'm just going to pick on I would just probably bet on the first part of the doubleheader and then see what happens through there. But yeah, we'll just leave this doubleheader as a question mark here for game 2. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -150. Seattle plus 130 with the over-under at 9. Seattle coming into this matchup 29-28. The Rangers 36-20. Pitching for the Mariners is Brian Wu. Don't have any info on him, so it looks like he's getting his first start, I would imagine. And then pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 3.76. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts, only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. And he's pitching like most of the game too, so he's been very good on the mound for the Rangers. Rangers beating Seattle 2-0 yesterday. Nice win for them. Seattle just 1-5 on the road where they've struggled. Got a new pitcher on the mound here, and Heaney's been excellent. I'm rolling with the Rangers at home. Next matchup, we've got the Atlanta Braves versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Braves opening up as road favorites at -200. Arizona plus 170 with the over-under at 9. Braves coming into this matchup 33-24. Arizona 35-23. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 2.97. Pitching for Arizona is Riley Nelson with an ERA of 5.37. Strider, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Nelson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Before that game, though, he's been good on the mound. He gave up 1 run and then no runs in his last 2 starts prior. Arizona winning 3-2 yesterday. They're on a 6-game winning streak. I mean, they're hot right now, getting big underdog value, which I think is kind of crazy. Strider's been decent. He's been good on the mound, but I don't know. Arizona's just playing well. Braves have not been playing well right now. They've been losing to some bad teams, and I'm going to take Arizona plus 1.5 at home. In the last matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -160. The Cubs plus 135 with the over-under at 8. Cubs coming into this matchup 25-31. The Padres 26-31. Pitching for the Cubs is Drew Smyly with an ERA of 3.45. Pitching for the Padres is Yu Darvish with an ERA of 4.61. Smyly, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Darvish, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Yeah, Darvish really hasn't been good on the mound this season. It's been rough for him. Cubs winning yesterday against the Padres 2-1. And they are 5-1 on the road against the Padres here. I really don't like Darvish on the mound, and I'm going to take Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.